Hello Tacticians, it's Nox here playing Warhammer 40k Tacticus. Later this week on the 9th we have the Power Ups Tournament Arena returning, and this is the arena where we bid on the rarity that we wish to use. Now the three that have been available to us so far have been common, uncommon and rare, and I just want to take a moment to actually talk about these three rarities. Now it's worth pointing out that even though we are bidding on these three rarities, you can indeed use characters from any rarity. So for example, Maugen Ra here, even though she is a legendary, I can even put her into the common. Now, why would I choose the various levels? The reason for the various levels is the higher the level you go, the more points you actually get in the PvP event. Considering you need to get up to 250 points, which is an increase from the 200 which we've had previously in the non-power-up version of these tournaments, you may actually want to consider going from common to uncommon or even up to rare, again depending on the team structure you have. Now, I'm not a fan of it going up to 250 points. It would have been nicer, if they'd given us more warning, or maybe have the 200 still to get the requisition scroll, and maybe something extra at 250. However, having said that, the reason, as I said, you choose common, uncommon or rare is to get those extra points, which I suppose then helps you get to that points value that we're trying to hit, the target. Now, I did most of mine at uncommon last time, and I might be tempted to go for rare this time, but let's have a look what we can actually do here. Now, taking Maugen Ra here as an example, I could go in at common, uncommon or rare using her. And if we look at rare, you'll see the reason why I'm not actually going to use her in the rare bidding. So she's already level 29, she's a legendary, and I'm at silver 1, and I've got the 3 red stars. And as you can see, I seem to tick off most of the boxes. However, the one that I don't do is the ability level on her Terror's Lament. This actually means instead of being at the maximum efficiency, it's actually going to be a lot weaker than I could have it at that level. So I've got a choice to make. I can either level this up to level 26 and have her at maximum efficiency, or I go in to a lesser level, such as uncommon, where I have actually got all the max stats available. The one other thing that we really need to concentrate on are the equipment that they carry. Now here I've got it with epic gear, which again will be downgraded. Now the problem is I don't actually know how it will be downgraded to rare or uncommon. I've got this shuriken pistol at epic 7, so when it comes to rare, will it be rare 7 or will it be like rare 4 or rare 5 maybe instead of the maximum level that rares can be, which I believe is a 7. And the same goes for the force field and the force field amplifier. They're not the maximum, so when they're downgraded to the same sort of level, the rare, uncommon or common, how much less effective do they become? And unfortunately I don't have the answer for that for you, so I'd recommend, if you can, for the team that you're taking in, make sure you've got this at the relevant level and as high as you can actually upgrade them to. Now, not all characters need to have their abilities as high as possible. I mean, Calendis is one prime example. Her abilities have no impact on how much damage she actually puts out. However, the damage reduction from the fire and reposition could be handy, as could the wire weave net if it was higher, because it means in close combat we'll be taking less damage, or if we get shot at, we're taking less damage. And of course, with these PvP events, if you take less damage, you're more likely to survive, unsurprisingly. However, having said that, if you shoot first and they're dead, there's no one left to shoot back. So, again, make sure that the equipment that Calendis has is as highly spec'd as possible. Now here I've only got them up to 6, but it's actually the 61% and the damage that it produces, which makes Calendis such a dangerous threat in these environments. And this is true no matter who you use. Make sure you look at them, look at their skills, look at the level they're at. Make sure you're at the maximum for whatever level you're going in at. If you're going for uncommon, obviously look at level 17 and the 4 yellow stars, gear rank bronze 1. And later on, if they do introduce epic and legendaries, you've got those there. Now, if you're wondering how do I find them, are you sure you've got these correct, you can easily see it just within the character progression screen, and it'll tell you where you can get to, such as the max rank, max level, and what stars you can go up to for that specific rarity. As always, I'll record some of my matches I've had in the PvP event and show you exactly how I cope in the circumstances, and it's not as well as I wish it could be, but at least it's fun to do so. However, next week we've also got the return of Maugen Ra. Now, I did not unlock him last time. I'm hoping with the character progression that I have made, with vast majority of my characters now at Silver 1 and a good few at Silver 2, I will actually be able to make a bit of further progress here. And I am hoping to unlock. However, as with all things, you never know what the future holds, so it might be that I'll get close and yet fail to unlock him, which I'm hoping won't be the case. But what can we do to prepare for this? If you look on Reddit or on Discord, there are many spreadsheets that have been put together to suggest teams that you can use to take on each requirement for Maugen Ra. And these are the teams that I'm going to be using, but probably I won't be trying to bundle them together as much as I have. I'll probably be just focusing on getting no power weapons, for example, for the beta team, and then after that, no Black Legion. Or maybe I'll try and fit two together. But the idea is, if you're struggling to get points, stop thinking about, I must get all these in one go. Try and narrow it down to one at a time. Use your best team and try and get through it and get as many points as you can. I don't know how good Maugen Ra is. I've never seen him in the live PvP. I've not seen him actually used in the raids. But by looking at his kit, he should be fairly good. The key here is it's not a race. These are, end game sort of characters that we're trying to get. And only really focus on all of this if you're like, well, Maugen Ra, I really want that character, then by all means go hammer and tongs, get those characters, exactly the characters you need, leveled up so you can get him maybe this time if you're close already, or next time. They have said these events will return on a regular basis. How regular? We'll see how that is. But they obviously want us to get these tunes and level them up. Hopefully they'll also introduce new campaigns where we can use them. But again, all good things come to those who wait. So, what are your thoughts on the upcoming PvP tournament? Do you like the new power-up rules? Do you prefer the old ones? And how are you getting on towards getting ready for this next Maugen Ra event that we're seeing? Personally, I'd love to know, and please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the battlefield.